son, you know who we're talking to. you know. So, okay, we can hit our first proper grab bag topic.
Yes.
That was good though. Farming is always good. So yeah, let us know what you guys are growing. Any tips, tricks, stuff like that. Eggshells. You have like slugs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
One of the things we use, like just bake the eggshells, crunch them up around the edge of the garden.
Before we move on, because this isn't quite a full clip yet, probably it's getting close, but I love breaking the fourth wall. You have an issue with chickens, from what I hear from your wife.
No. I don't have an issue with chickens. I prefer ducks.
You prefer ducks.
Yeah, I don't have an issue
That's
with chickens.
a thing.
I prefer ducks is where I'm at. My push is always for ducks. I find ducks generally to be friendlier creatures. The eggs are a little bit bigger. They produce just as many eggs, and I just find them to be more pleasant to be around.
Well, I will say that's I can't argue against any of those points. And the eggs are slightly bigger too, which I like. Saying. And they're slightly a different taste, which I like too. But a duck is a cleaner animal, man.
Yeah.
Chickens are fucking gross.
I prefer
Mind
ducks.
You, ducks are still nasty as fuck. But
yeah.
I said the big difference though.
You can handle a duck easier than a chicken, I think.
100%.
Like you can pick it up easier.
Well, they have a rounded or flat bill
versus
like a
fuck
fucking
you up as much.
Like I used to be a T-Rex or a raptor
for it to like really get at you.
Yeah, but I would add that when it comes to the other use of the livestock, like the actual eating of the protein portion, like you can't. I mean, I love duck. I do love duck, but not everybody does.
No, and
but everybody likes fucking chicken,
like and
right?
You can't eat a duck all the time like that.
So that would be like, well, you got to have some chickens too to offset some shit. But
I would do it. Yeah, no, it's never. When I was young, my aunt's ducks used to chase me. They're definitely still animals. They're still savages. There's no doubt about that. But we had a couple of ducks when I was in high school. I was younger than that. I was in like elementary school. But they were chill. We had 2 ducks. I found them to be very chill. Oh, yeah. And my aunt had chickens and stuff. I found those to be very. They're dinosaurs. They're scarier, for kids and adults, and they'll get after you. They're just scarier. Ducks are more chill, I think. But You're right. I think chickens probably produce faster than ducks too.
I believe so. Yeah.
So,
but I will say when it comes to
the eggs are good for baking and stuff, though.
The eggs are great, man. Yeah, you can't beat a duck egg.
No, I've eaten many scrambled duck eggs. They're fire.
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah, and they have the shape of the egg is way different. But anyways, now we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go any further than that. Yeah, we can talk about ducks and chickens.
Yeah, no issues. So no issues with chickens. I just prefer ducks, but I would have chickens. I would do that.
Okay, and then I'll bring you some goat milk, and we'll make some cheese and shit. We'll be
I would have goats too. I would do that. And goats are lit.
I think one year, before we got rid of the milking cow, I made some mozzarella once out of like fresh fucking. Fresh goat's milk. You just need like this enzyme thing or whatever and some cheesecloth. And it's different though. Like you got to get used to, like, if you've never like fucked with like real raw milk. Yeah. It's not, you ain't going to pour it over your Cheerios. Right. We'll put it that way. But man, once you make that thing, like you could taste like the grass the cow ate. Like when you're eating this fucking mozzarella cheese and you're like, man, what is the deal?
I love cows as an animal. I think that they're just adorable, beautiful.
They are awesome.
They're disgusting, but they're also like adorable, beautiful animals, I think. Yeah. So I would love to have like a dairy cow like as a pet almost, and then also have, a rotating cow whose name is like beef or things like that we don't get attached to, that is there for a while and then he's gone and then another one comes that is small and we name him Sirloin and then he hangs out for a while, and so I would do that.
Oh man. It's a different thing, man, especially when people don't know where their food comes from. People don't know, man. Yeah. Once you've taken the life of another animal and then prepared it from the minute you killed it to the minute you put it on the table, like there's a different relationship that you have with that food, and it's with that whole animal. Like I can personally attest that ever since I was hunting, like I've never looked at animals the same. Like those, there's those that we need to get you that little hunter safety permit so that we can take you out. But it's just it's a whole, it's like a carnal experience. It's very spiritual or religious, maybe some people might say. Like, it changes everything. The minute you go from, hey, that's an amazing, beautiful animal, to, okay, now it's dead and I'm putting my hand in its warm guts, and then preparing it for my sustenance and things like that. It's a weird, life-altering experience.
I was thinking about that on the way here, as weird as this is, about that particular thing, about like breaking down on it. I was listening to the Remy Warren, that's why I was thinking about it. And I was thinking about like, oh my God, what do you, like, if you're not gonna keep the head of a deer, like, what do you do with it? I'm like, you have to cut its head off because you're gonna take the neck meat. And like, fucking cut a deer's head off. So I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you're gonna just
weird deal, man.
Cut its head off. That's just a weird. That's wild. You
gotta cut the head off,
but you got to do it. Yeah, like if you're gonna. So
or if when my brother shot his deer a couple of years ago, he had in mind like a way he wanted to have it mounted, right? And so you do what you call like a shoulder mount or something like that. So like when you're butchering the animal, all of a sudden you get to a certain point, you're like, hey, I got to be really careful. I got to retain a certain amount for the taxidermist to deal with. And I'm telling you, I got really jealous because I wanted to get that tongue and pull it out, because the tongue meat, because tongue meat is legit, but you got to have that because you got to get out through the neck and all that. So you got to save all that stuff. But it's a wild experience, man. It really is. Like, people don't understand.
Yeah.
If you have never killed and butchered an animal, like, you will never understand truly to have like the actual respect that you probably should for the food that you eat if you're a meat eater. And like, you just don't. You don't understand what the animal's experience is like. But when you're right there, man, you see that thing like in your scope, and you're looking at it, and it's alive 1 minute, and then you shoot it, and then you go over there, and I mean, it sounds like all woo-woo and spiritual, but like I do the Avatar thing, and I'm like, I'm thanking this animal for like giving me what it was, because I'm admirer of nature anyways, and so like I love seeing like deer run around and all this shit, but like, you know, I got to get by, you know, I got to do what's up, and you're below me on the food chain, dude. I'm sorry,
right?
But I'm going to respect you as I do this, because I know what it does for me and my family and stuff like that. So
I just thought about this, and I want you to hold me to it, and that's why I'm going to say it on the show. Within a year from the day that my daughter is born,
okay,
right, I would, because I'm going to be in the room and everything, and we're doing it at home, right? So I'm going to be right next to Jordan when she gives birth. I'm not going to watch because I don't want to watch, but I'm going to be right there.
Did you watch the first time?
No, she had she had a C-section the first time.
Okay.
I was
different deal.
And I have pictures for like of over the curtain and stuff like that. But yeah, there was a nurse that was taking pictures, so she's the one that dictated. Yeah, it's great. You can see Jordan's guts like on the. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll show you.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy shit. And so from a year from the date that my daughter's born, I would like to have either killed and butchered or taken part in butchering a deer, so that I can have experienced the beginning of life and the end of a life.
Okay. So I'm working this out in my mind real quick, because there is logistics and mechanics that come with that.
It'll be May to May. That'll likely be. It'll be,
which means this is the year. This is the year. This is the season you're going to get out there. So I'll hook you up with everything you need beforehand, and then I got you covered on the outs. So you might have to procure yourself a rifle, but then again, I also don't mind handing my rifle to somebody to shoot. That's, people do that shit all the time. So, I'm sorry.
That's what I want.
Slight fanboy right now. I think this is entirely possible,
and I think this is the year for it.
Yeah.
I think now is the time, if I'm going to be there to truly experience like the proper beginning of life with as little medical intervention as possible, because there's no drugs involved. It's just midwives and us. That's it. So if I can be there for that, then I also would like to be there for the ending of life and the dealing with that. That's what I would like. I think that would be really good.
This is good because this is probably our last Western hunting style.
Yeah.
You know, this is probably going to be my last season here. So that's good. This is a good time to do it, because this is a one of a kind experience that you can have in the Western region. So this is the time. I'm excited.
There you go. Unplanned grab bag.
I'm fucking overly excited.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, yes, because I have everything I need. This is how I trained John, bro. I had everything. of a backup minus John just went whole hog and just bought everything anyways. But I got everything a non-hunter would need to go into the backcountry and successfully hunt an animal. I have it all ready to go. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of shit. I got some clothes.
Oh, yeah, and you're halfway there already.
Yeah, I got a bunch of belt and load-bearing equipment and stuff already. So I need a better backpack. That's really my
But that's not the hunting backpack you'll take. There's a specialized hunting backpack. It's better for hunting versus like backpacking and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to find
humanely acquired, of course. Absolutely.
Of course,
that's the whole. Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Actually, and it's a whole thing. I don't want to get into that. That's a
hunt pistol. I got that big ass sidearm. I'm too scared to go into the woods without a fucking big ass pistol on my hip.
When I was at Sportsman's the other day getting these fucking boots and my new knife replacement finally, I almost bought some slugs for my shotgun. Because you can hunt deer with slug shotgun, but
you just got to be real close.
Yeah,
real
and
close,
I'm like, in this area, you know how fucking loud it is when you move through the bush, bro. You got to be real close. Yeah. So I'm like, it might not be a bad idea.
Welcome to the south of the streets, coming at you every